Welcome inside the coach's office for another presentation of the Pikiell Podcast presented by Horizon. Coach, nice to see you off the game at the Garden. How are you?
Busy, yeah, because you turn around quickly and you're at Northwestern. And an awesome day, though, on Saturday. Not the results, obviously, that any of us wanted. A lot of obstacles and with some injuries and some of those things. But the guys worked. They're workers and they're doing a great job for us. And, we got to continue getting better, and it's on me to do that. And I take all that stuff personally. We've set high goals for our program here. You see the 3 shelves. They've been here since day one. And, we're going to strive to make those things happen. And, sometimes at this time of the year, you got to fight through a lot of, different adversity. And it's that time of the year, too. Guys are banged up and all those things. But a great crowd. I want to thank Rutgers Nation. They showed up proud and they rooted till the end. And again, wish we had played better, but that's on me. And we'll continue to make this, one of those seasons that we get through obstacles and we get better for it.
And the 3 shelves that Coach referenced there is the NCAA tournament check, and then the Final Four in the national championship, which is something you obviously are still striving for, and the season's long. And I know 10-10, like you just said, not where you want to be, but there's so many seasons within the season. I know some people don't want to hear it, but in this league, every week is another chance and an opportunity to get on a roll. It seemed like you guys were, from watching you, it looked like you had hit stride. Dylan tweaks the ankle at Penn State, and from that point forward, it kind of changed a little bit, and so now you got to get back up off the mat.
Yeah, have to, and no matter the obstacles, and it happens during the course of the season. Emmanuel being out too now, that all happened in a short period of time, but we have 11 games left. We're 1 game out of 10th place right now and 2 games out of 7th place, so in an 18-man league. So everyone's kind of bunched up in there. I look forward to the next 11. Got to get guys healthy. Obviously, we don't have enough players to not have guys out on the floor, but guys are doing all they can to get back on the court, and these young kids are getting better. They really are. We're close. And I know the other night, that's the number 1 team in the league, and we didn't play an A game like we want to in a game like that, but we fought until the end in 2 possessions at the end of it. So we're close, but we got to close the door and finish some of these games too.
And there were a lot of, just watching that game and calling that game, there were stretches in that game where it was electric, and you could see where you're close to getting to where you want to go. In terms of the injuries, I'm the first person, there's a reason why you sign guys, whether it's at the pro level or now at the college level. It's because they can do really great things. And when those guys get injured, how difficult is it to navigate? Emmanuel's out, Dylan Harper, don't know how long he's going to be out for. You've had to navigate through these things the last several weeks now. And even in the beginning, Ace misses the first game. You weren't sure. Tyson Acuff wasn't 100% for a while. How hard has it been just trying to figure it out?
We've had our fair share. We've had years where we've been really fortunate in those situations, but we've had our fair share since day one here of those obstacles. You always have to have that next group ready, and sometimes it's about prep time too. Like, can they get the rhythm with each other as you're plugging in new? And we're a pretty newly assembled team anyway, so they were trying to get the rhythm of the newly assembled group to begin with. So you get those injuries, you got to just fight through them. Like, nobody cares. It's one of those leagues, man. And the other coaches, quite honestly, they're usually happy, and so we got to figure that out. We got to get everybody healthy too, and they're doing a good job of getting in the training room and doing what they need to do. Obviously, Manny will have his surgery this week, so that's unfortunate, but it gave me a chance to play, Bryce Dortch, who volunteered to come out of his redshirt year, and he's getting better too. From the beginning of the season till now, people didn't see him earlier on, but he's more ready now to help us than he was probably early in the season, and now he gets his opportunity. So I'm excited for him to see what he can do in the Big Ten.
All right, let's dial it back just a moment, because you referenced the Garden on Saturday and the fans. And I will tell you, walking around New York City and then being at Penn Station and being on the train, Secaucus Junction, and it was a sea of red. And it was a really cool experience. I know you didn't win the game, but when you can look around and you're at Madison Square Garden with almost 18,000 people there, what does it say about what you've built and where you're still going?
I don't ever get to enjoy those kind of things, but I do get, my wife after the game said it was unbelievable in the city and downtown with all the R and the red. And, it's a credit to our players. It really is that, 17,000 people want to come out to see them. that's what we've strived to do here. Make that an expectation, of playing great teams, ranked teams in the Garden, and having our fans go and enjoy the camaraderie, enjoy watching us and rooting us on. And I'm very thankful, win or lose, those fans come out and support us. And that means a lot, and it means a lot to our players who also picked Rutgers. Like, what people don't understand now in this day and age, these kids have a lot of choices they can make, and they could go anywhere. These guys picked to wear scarlet and black, and they picked to be here over some other places, and it's credit to them that they show up and they root for them, and I'm very, very thankful.
It's very cool, just to put it in perspective. You get 8,000 people, packs out Jersey Mike's Arena. This was more than double that. So I'm just it's double the arena you play in on a regular basis, which is kind of cool. You talk about the opportunities ahead. Northwestern obviously starts with it on Wednesday. The schedule is tough. Every year. In this league, there are no nights off. There are no easy games, which is why you have an opportunity every time you take the floor.
It really is. And I scheduled a tough schedule for us this year. It's one of the toughest in the country, toughest since I've been here. But I'm hoping that it pays dividends now, because our league's tough. And we've already been through, hard games, on the road, close games against top-ranked teams. So hopefully it pays, those dividends down the road. But the whole league brings so many challenges. And, after you get Northwestern, you got Michigan. And then you got and they're all good. And you got to game plan quickly. And you got to make sure your staff and your players can make that adjustment from one game to the next, which isn't easy. And, you got to manage all those kind of things and get your team to play really well.
Put that in perspective for a moment, because we talk about that a lot. So you guys wrap things up late Saturday afternoon. I know your coaches are already on to Northwestern. I understand that. The kids obviously they need a day off. You're back in on Monday for a game on Wednesday. How long does it generally take to kind of get that game plan into their mindset for what they need to do?
They have school starting now, so you got to throw that into the mix too. So you don't have as much time as you did during the winter break, to kind of, like, we would go 3 sessions of, like, 1 practice session, but 2 mental sessions of film and, walk through stuff. So you don't get that, so we're probably cramming more in, and we're playing more opponents just once. In the past, you used to play everybody twice, so you had a little bit of familiarity the second time around. So this will be our first time with Northwestern. So you hope they get the game plan today, because that's what we've already started, sending them clips. We'll walk through, we'll watch film, and then tomorrow we got to go hard, and then we jump on the plane. So you don't have a lot of time, to get that, and you hope your veteran teams would know the team from last year. So when I mentioned Barnhauser's name, like, they played against them. These guys don't have that kind of familiarity. So you really need a little more time, especially with, 5 freshmen and what we're trying to do. But, you got to figure it out, and you got to get that game plan in their minds quickly and understand what they have to do to beat a really good Northwestern team.
There's another interesting thing from Saturday. When you look at the starting lineups, they were 4 upperclassmen, 1 freshman. You guys got the 4 freshmen and the upperclassmen, and you're right there. And again, if Dylan's right, who knows? So I know you guys are pushing hard, and you've played well. That's the thing that's crazy, is that you've played well, and it just has been one guy's off here, one guy's off there, which is why when he says it's close, it's obvious that you're close. You just need to finish the games.
100%, and working hard. 11 games left, so this is an exciting time. Everyone's kind of bunched up as you see the league standings. Got to go on a little run. We've done that in the past, and I look back to some of our teams that made runs late around the year, 18 and 14, and different records. You learn a lot from some of those games. We are 10 and 10. I own it. I take all the blame for it. I own it. Don't want to be at that point in time of the year with that kind of record, but that's who we are now. And we got to do something about the last 11, and that's what we're working hard to do. Staffing all day Sunday. Working at some different things that we need to do. And hopefully we get, our entire roster back together again, because that would give us more opportunities to change up some things and do some things differently too.
Expectations don't change. That's for darn sure. It's a far cry from when I walked in with you the same time. It is a different program. That's for the better. For the lot better.
I love it.
So, Coach, thank you very much. We will see you in Evansville, wherever the hell it is, by Chicago when we're there for Northwestern on Wednesday.
Thanks so much.
That'll do it for another edition of the Pikiell Podcast presented by Horizon.